Why and how SpaceX's historic IPO developed, and why the world wants it so badly right now. The Fab 4 critique. Welcome to the Fab 4 channel and part 1 of our ELON'S IPO series, where we cut through the noise on power, human nature, and what it means to live with integrity. We just wrapped up Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power and are deep in the laws of human nature. Today we turn our lens on something unfolding right now in May 2026. SpaceX's planned IPO, potentially the largest in history, targeting a valuation of over $1.75 trillion and raising up to and perhaps surpassing $75 billion. Why now? How did this plan develop over decades, and why is the world so hungry for a piece of it? This isn't hype. This is a historical moment in ambition, strategy, and the human drive for mastery. The Fab Four have a reaction. There is a reason to self-inspect. With what's at stake, clear vision, not hampered by unseen ego creeping in, is essential. The numbers are enormous. This is the time for the unfolding of Elon's next big step, and this one is almost larger than life. Machiavelli's voice has an edge, pragmatic, slightly sly. This is pure Law 6, court attention at the highest level, and Law 35, master timing. Musk has played the long game like a prince securing his realm. Jung and Buddha come from the depths, reflective and soul-oriented. Yet we sense the shadow of grandiosity here. Human nature's call to transcendence meets the danger of ego inflation. Is this the hero's journey, or the beginning of hubris that corrupts the spirit? Hubris is extreme or excessive pride, arrogance, or dangerous overconfidence. Someone exhibiting hubris believes they are invincible, often leading them to disregard warnings or limits and eventually causing their downfall. Stoic perspective. Exactly. We seek the middle path, admire the discipline and vision, but guard the soul. Let's break it down truthfully. No worship, no takedown. Section 1. How the plan developed. The seeds were planted 20 plus years ago when SpaceX stayed fiercely private to iterate without Wall Street pressure. The acceleration came in phases. In February 2026, SpaceX acquired Elon Musk's XAI in a massive all-stock deal. SpaceX valued around $1 trillion, XAI at $250 billion, creating a combined entity worth roughly $1.25 trillion. This created a true vertically integrated powerhouse. Reusable rockets for cheap access to space, Starlink's global satellite internet delivering high-margin recurring revenue, and XAI's artificial intelligence for orbital computing and data centers. Rockets launch the satellites. Starlink provides the connectivity and cash flow. AI turns space into the ultimate low-latency, power-efficient computing platform. Nobody is even talking about robots in space yet, but the infrastructure is being built. Starlink now drives the majority of revenue, over $11 billion in 20 to 25 out of roughly 15 to 18 billion total, profitable and scaling to millions of subscribers worldwide. This cash engine changed everything. Recently, a 5-for-1 stock split was approved. Before the split, shares traded privately around $500, after around $100. This isn't just math. It makes shares accessible to regular investors, broadens the base, improves liquidity, and builds excitement for the public listing. How Elon maintains control. The IPO filing reveals a dual-class share structure. Class A, shares sold to the public, get 1 vote. Class B, super voting shares get 10 votes each. Elon and a small group of insiders will hold roughly 42% of equity, but control about 79% of the voting power. This means Musk effectively cannot be removed as CEO or chairman without his own consent. It allows him to pursue long horizon decisions, Mars colonization, massive Starship flight rates, lunar bases, orbital AI, without quarterly pressure from activist investors or short-term shareholders. Bruce Lee, Elon, and Greene on formlessness. Bruce Lee taught, be like water, formless, shapeless. Greene's law, 48, assume formlessness. Musk kept SpaceX private for decades, adapting ruthlessly. Now he shifts form, going public for capital while locking in control. Classic power move. Robust Fab 4 exchange, strategy or ego. Machiavelli, brilliant strategy. In a world of weak boards and activist funds, this protects the mission. Princes must secure their power. Jung and Buddha. Yet at this scale, ego can masquerade as strategy. Psychological balancing is essential. Self-awareness and humility are practices that keep one grounded. Without it, even the greatest vision collapses under its own weight. The Stoics chime in, precisely. Seneca warned that unchecked ambition becomes a prison. Great achievement demands inner discipline. This is where laws of human nature warns us about grandiosity and the need for balance. Section 2. Why is it so desired? Why the hunger? Starlink's reliable expanding revenue, Starship's potential to slash launch costs, AI space synergy, government contracts, and Musk's bigger mission, making humanity multiplanetary to safeguard our future. Investors see a generational bet on the space economy, defense tech, and AI infrastructure. The bank's perspective, over 20 banks, led by Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citigroup, are underwriting. They benefit from massive fees on a $75 billion raise, potentially hundreds of millions split among leads, prestige from the biggest IPO ever, access to future deals with the now public SpaceX ecosystem. They get to ride and profit from the narrative of human progress. Powerful mission statement. SpaceX exists to accelerate humanity's expansion into space so that we become a multiplanetary species, not out of conquest, but survival and wonder. This IPO is fuel for that fire. Capital without surrendering the long view. Fab 4, moral lens, tie-in, inspiring. Yet we must ask, does this scale of power and attention feed the spirit or starve it? Admire the creativity, apply the lessons, but never surrender your own inner citadel. This IPO didn't happen overnight. It's decades of iteration, perfect timing, and human nature's deepest drives meeting strategic mastery. Next video, sheer creativity and execution, Starship, Starlink, and how you can harness that mindset ethically. Drop your thoughts on us. Which green law stands out? Would you invest, and why? Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell. We're building a definitive library on this historic moment. Be sure to share this video with others who want a fuller background on Elon and this IPO. And when the time is right, visit the Wisdom of Jung Machiavelli Buddha and the Stoics channel for more insights into Elon Musk and the AI titans. Be sure to come back for part 2. Starship and Starlink, sheer creativity, relentless execution, and lessons for your life. Don't miss it.